prevailing economic difficulties, we believe that the cathedral's completion under a transparent, accountable, and inclusive framework would serve as a spiritual and cultural landmark for generations to come. We therefore humbly recommend Your Excellency the following three things: that government reaffirms its commitment to the project, to its continuation and completion, ensuring transparency in financial administration. Two, that a broad-based funding structure involving churches, the private sector, international partners be developed to reduce the fiscal pressure on the state. And three, that the cathedral be positioned as a national interdenominational project that fosters unity among our people. Item number 4, the anti-graft stance of government. While we are aware of the prevailing economic difficulties, we believe that the cathedral's completion under a transparent, accountable, and inclusive framework would serve as a spiritual and cultural landmark for generations to come. We therefore humbly recommend Your Excellency the following three things: that government reaffirms its commitment to the project, to its continuation and completion, ensuring transparency in financial administration. Two, that a broad-based funding structure involving churches, the private sector, international partners be developed to reduce the fiscal pressure on the state. And three, that the cathedral be positioned as a national interdenominational project that fosters unity among our people. Item number 4, the anti-graft stance of government.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, Mamema Obibia Akwaba. Indeed, you know the name already. The sexy Dr. Ren, D. Ren, Papa Ghana. Meya Anso Abba Eye with Fiumubiem. Kindly join me. Emra, Eba train Eye and Komo. Is about Ghana. And you know, when it comes to matters of Ghana, definitely I have to add Menso Media Kakra Minim Efa Ghana on na Sebio. It me Ekanokre speaking truth to power. So today, the conversation today is very simple. You hear the voice of the National the Christian Council of Ghana. Omar Kwakushia president, I think about 4 days ago. They are urging President John Mahama to complete the National Cathedral Noa Ekufuado Ejaho. Ladies and gentlemen, I want us to have a conversation. I want us to open our minds, and I want us also to ensure, we do not allow our emotions to override our reasoning when we are talking about our dear nation, Mother Ghana. So welcome to my platform on Dr. Ren TV. If you've not subscribed, kindly do so. Follow the Dr. Ren community so that at least anytime Mede and Komobebano, you'll be the first person to get it. Let's discuss. The comment section is also there for you. It's for you to also contribute. Nyansa any baku fotri. Me ya Ghana na also ya Ghana need. I think we have to judge to build our motherland Ghana. Now, let me go into the conversation. And it's saying the Christian Council of Ghana, Eddie Asem Kesiato, John Dramani Mahama and him said, cathedral no a na adodanko ekufo ado sha ase no ebeya onto cathedral no so on ensure say obesi cathedral no ewie na yentie eye the Christian Council for ekohu president asemo a omode to president enim yentie.
While we are aware of the prevailing economic difficulties, we believe that the cathedral's completion under a transparent, accountable, and inclusive framework would serve as a spiritual and cultural landmark for generations to come. We therefore humbly recommend Your Excellency the following three things. That government reaffirms its commitment to the project, to its continuation and completion, ensuring transparency in financial administration. 2, that a broad-based funding structure involving churches, the private sector, international partners be developed to reduce the fiscal pressure on the state. And 3, that the cathedral be positioned as a national interdenominational project that fosters unity among our people. Item number 4, the anti-graft stance of government.
Now, this is National Cathedral for, the Christian Council of Ghana for Asemomdekoto, your president. Now, let me start off by saying, myself, I am a Christian. When I was growing up, my dad, Methodist, my mom, a Catholic. So, in between, it could be a Methodist kakra, a Catholic kakra, depending on who is available on the Sunday to take us to church. If dad was available, dad would take us to Methodist. If mom was available, mom would take us to Catholic. But it got to a point in time, the two, both parents, said they will all go to Methodist. So my mom ended up following the love, my papa. So we started going to Methodist together. So I am bringing you a perspective from a Christian, a friend is saying, point. Yes, ubeka sebia. Bichiri nyame metan yankopon nti mempese cathedral no yebesi what you say senka medaso te Ghana nka by now I'm sure senka Kamewo one of the biggest churches in Ghana because I've got friends who have churches enomo and the shasi I don't want to mention their names but they know themselves. Sometimes people even find it very surprising and shocking when they see me going hard on government, because they know that I am that calm person, I'm that quiet person who keep himself to himself, who love the things of Christ, who love the things of God. Intimenya establishes ano. Mamenko the council of the Christian Council of Ghana. Me see a share BB because sometimes when we talk about Christian Council, somebody will ask, now why am I any Christian Council of Ghana? No more ya why represented ye. And Sanama coming common. So the Christian Council of Ghana was founded in 1929 and brings together many different denominations. Yeka denominations are Asoria Hudwak Bibri and Omakan Boom. Yet in 1929. Asori Bang and Omukan the Christian Council. We are talking about the Methodist, the Presbyterian, the Anglican Church, and other organizations, and the Bibrino Babaya one-man churches who have joined the Christian Council. A lot of these new churches have also been a part. Now, my member kakra account, Ghana Baptist Convention, Evangelical Lutheran Church, Ghana Mennonite Church, the Salvation Army, the Church of Pentecost, part of the Ghana Pentecostal and Charismatic Council, a Young Men Christian Association, and also Young Women Christian Association. So these are members of the Christian Council. Now, share the Christian Council, one more main objective. They see women is what I say one more year, and no more year now. What we do, called the Christian Council, our Mangasa website. This is what they've published. Also, the Christian Council apart from what we do. The Christian Council, apart from its core business, is a research-based and advocacy institution. It is also it has over the years contributed to the socio-economic development of the nation through its six thematic areas, which are institutional strengthening, good governance, socio-economic justice, and interfaith ecumenism, peace and reconciliation, human rights, and gender. Now, core value, unity based on Christian love, truthfulness, and peace. 2, justice. 3, reconciliation. 4, compassion for the displaced and disadvantaged. 5, pursuit of tolerance among faith. And 6, integrity of creation. So these are the core values of the Christian Council of Ghana. So we mentioned the core values of Christian Council. There is nowhere actual building of church about the core value of Christian Council. You agree with me, Meboa? Power Stone, Susan, Na Owens, a friend is saying, Dosi. I hope so you agree with me. Make us annually a dynasty building a church bianca. What you say? Now, my friend on Tunche. So now you know who the Christian Council at here. Yeah, by 1929. Members, my bachelor. Now, my show, core value, what they do, and so. So, young call a year, one conversation, to my Ghana and him. Quickly, Yensa NT, ya papa nibim. In case you say, after now joining me, let's listen to him again. I hear the Christian Council of Ghana. Dear Ehia Womo, any. Now, pay attention to the beginning of the words. Pay attention to the beginning of a year words, Papa Nekai. Let's pay attention.
We are aware.
Okay.
While we are aware of the prevailing economic difficulties, we believe that the cathedral's completion.
According to this man who stood in for the Christian Council, or say they are aware of the economic hardship. Nanso omanpenyini NC Cathedral. Now, clearly, say me spirit in the spiritual realm as a Christian. I will say that this man is a foolish man. May come a spiritual realm as a Christian. What I will say is that he's a foolish man. Why? Because he understands that on my Ghana for Ebre, the youth are suffering. But he says, regardless of the suffering, we should build God a cathedral. Now you see, Christianity is not about church and brick and mortar. Get me right. Christianity is not about it is nothing to do about building of a friend is saying, let's get this straight. So anytime when you see a pastor, an archbishop, a bishop, always talking about a building of a material, a friend is saying, a physical structure, not thinking about the heart and the mind, clearly you should know that that person is somebody who is after material gains. So this Christian Council people sought to what? Look what? Towards material gains. The edifice, the building. Because they are not thinking about the real problem that the Ghanaian youth faces, which is abject poverty, which is unemployment. So he is saying that he is aware of what? The prevailing hardship in the country. But if you are aware, then why do you say we should leave the prevailing hardship and then move on to brick and mortar? What is the significance in the brick and mortar? What is the benefit of that brick and mortar? Because you see, the Jesus Christ that we follow did not teach us to build an edifice for him. No. Now you see, come along with me. Like I told you, I am a Christian. A very, very, a friend is saying, a strong member in faith. When it comes to my Christianity, I believe in Christ. People believe in Muslim. It's Muhammad. People believe in rivers. People believe it is up to you. But you see, I will not sit down for people who think, say, they are Christians to come and have their say. When some members are, I will keep quiet. No. Now, what this man is doing is a trap that they want to set for John Dramani Mahama. And I'll tell you, just pay attention and listen to the conversation. He is already telling us of the hardship in the country. Why is he not solving the hardship? Why is it said they did not tell the president, say, Mr. President, we are welcoming you. Thanks for being the president of Ghana. You've gone through how many 11 months. We came here to, fellowship with you, to Georgia and see how best. And yet this prevailing hardship that our nation faces, you bet me atwa adwene na yetimi aboama emebunu ne mmaba wano a ena ma ho kirenti omokonam kodo so omokonam the Mediterranean Sea just to get to the land of the Europeans, just to ensure say through Storway obekọ Canada obekọ America etu obetwa anase ebebrase yen as a Christian body what do you think we can do to support your government to create that enabling environment where that prevailing hardships that the youth are facing, and yes, because of onibotum, because the ombenye dinti, because of chrononti, yenkosi cathedral, national cathedral. Now, let's go into national cathedral. Why crown the national cathedral idea nearby? Why the former president Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, in his quest to become the president of the Republic of Ghana, told the nation that he made a personal pledge. Now remember this word, personal. Personal is different from national. A national pledge is when the consensus, ya gather a nation in the 16 regions. Maybe I have to swap, but ya to say, ye perceive national cathedral. And no, nipa dodoane tikrom no, ejitum say yenkosi a national cathedral. But this is a personal pledge. Mesi menyan kupon, oya madum na wo boa me na me be ye president. Die menso me ye de ama woni, e de na me ya ama. Mesi asori dan de ama. Me pledge. Me see me yede, me yede amount. Now, as a Christian, when I talk about pledges, then I need to take you into a friend is saying, the gospel. Nyankopon, your Bible, me jinaso. Ye nyina yede, ye di nkomo, oti ase. Nti ye behwe the Nyankopon kan about pledges. Nyankopon kan ye. Say yenhwe say Akufo-Addo ono ane boshe no a wobae no otimi di so ana wendi so enti yenkwehwe okọ a friend say Bible ni mu a very very simple. When God talks about a friend say a vow, now simple in Ecclesiastes or say wo shabo a say wudi so enti yenkinkan Ecclesiastes chapter 5 verse 4 or say when you make a promise to God, don't delay in following through. For God takes no pleasure in fools. Keep all the promise you make to him. So here God is saying that Akufo-Addo who promised Ghana to build him a cathedral and could not honor his own pledge to God, his personal pledge to God, the Bible says that Akufo-Addo is a fool or you a Jimmy for. Sana Bible no ka. And he said, a Jimmy or you a Jimmy for the. Why should the Christian Council of Ghana come out to say, ye perceive support to Ojimini Akufo-Addo no? by fulfilling Ojimifuo Ekufuado pledge now when Timian fulfill. You see, in life, we must not entertain foolishness. What you say? In life, we must not entertain foolishness for the sake of the gospel. And say your brain should be shut and be closed from reasoning. Say, ye Christopher Wontino. Obi kasa mempes enye se medwene afa asem na walk no. And the underlying word they say they are aware of the prevailing hardship in the country. These people are wicked people. These people are very evil. Recognizing a problem that the nation faces and says that let's jump the problem and do something that is not really relevant to solving the prevailing matters. If your father is this man, you are living with an antichrist. You are living with Satan. You are living with a demon. Now you see, these people want to set a trap for the president, John Mahama. And I'll tell you, to your boss, you better come on him, and I'll give you all the fact for you to get the understanding. You see, the National Cathedral, Kufuado, ASO Ayane it has cost the nation $58 million. No, it's more than that. And the president John Mahama said, Ninyansem, wetie Nana Dormahene. Nana Dormahene in 2025, somewhere around, I think March, April, May, President John Mahama said, on your forensic audit, ewo cathedral, the National Cathedral, no be bia we disike bia yenchinuntu. Ni ensan jeyesika. This is what Nana Dormahene, Ajimambedu Otosuminu ekaye. Somewhere I think March or so. I'm not sure about the exact date, but okay. And China President Suya said, Sadia will bet you or Hinene Kano. No, so I make sure say, you be a forensic audit at the National Cathedral. Now, it's a national cathedral, but it was what? A personal promise or a personal pledge made by, according to Ecclesiastes chapter 5, no, a foolish Ekufuado. Not me saying it. So don't look at me with that your eye as if I am insulting Ekufuado. My Bible that I read to you in Ecclesiastes is saying that a foolish person, Ecclesiastes chapter 5 verse 4, you can read it, you can research, you can also, find out, said the American, so, ladies and gentlemen, let's go through a young commoner yedini. Akufuado pledge na wakaye no. Osanso be gina Ghana fo nyina anim say, yem be gi Ghana fo sika emfa nkosi dan. This is what Akufuado told us. Ana meboa. Akufuado kan ana wanka. Wanka ka kire me your trofo. Me pa ne chew. Na my day, my retract the American. But Akufuado told the entire nation, say, "Wo mo mfa ye sika ensi cathedral." And I remember when Archbishop Duncan Williams, Ebeka said, Ghana for yam famusi kankusi cathedral. But what happened? Also, seed money, a courier trade. You see, a contingency fund began for sika and a fidi di kwakusi cathedral. You see, a Kufuado, I have always told you, is a demon. But you see, when we say demon, you are thinking that, oh, yes, a Kufuado by nature, me first saying. By nature, His Excellency John Mahama who first saying a Kufuado. By nature, Ghana for be who first saying a Kufuado. Even a Black Rasta referred to a Kufuado as the short dwarf. And I'm not make Black Rasta as I'm not walker. But it's good some the Bible share conversation. And Jimmy says, "Who Kufuado Abega say, ni who but Osanso you will be a onyo onokafo." And that is the characteristics of Satan, Lucifer, demons. Because the personal pledge, he could not even fulfill his own pledge. The personal pledge, when Timia then unfulfilling. That is why Ecclesiastes chapter 5:4 say a Kufado is a foolish man. Now, how come say sabe da Ghana for now the Ghana for sika akwa seek a cathedral? Now one consulted the nation. At least respect us. But he was still defending. Say, for Ghana for sika. Now the entire make just say cathedral a brosa amount and he say, now ye wo buildings ewo baby a ye be see cathedral no other, including judges bungalows, including your passport office, including a friend is saying one of I think either Mali or Burkina Faso one more a friend is saying omo high commission ewo ho ye bubu ni nyina, including other private offices ye bubu ni nyina. Si ye besi danya manyankopon Akufo-Addo say nyame amana ye president nti or be build a cathedral for him. Ladies and gentlemen, it turned out to be false. It turned out to say he came to rather steal Ghanaians. Now, I mean, can't say say Christian Council no amukọ President John Mahama say sebio omo ye nyansafo ana say omo ye omo research akọ National Cathedral ni mo a enka omo ndi akire busam say adentra yesi ye besi nyankopon edan ama no. Now onipa no a architectural structure no oye drawings no nipa na oye drawings no me pese me maw the Bible verse because omo ye Christopher me wa ana Christo ho asem na ye ka etimi giri say me maw the verse about a friend is saying nipa na oye the architect no. I don't hate him. I have nothing against him. In fact, I know a friend is saying the former wife. I know an encounter for a UK Kruma. I'm talking about Sir Ajayi. He is a knight of British Empire. So I called him that respect. When it comes to the works, he is excellent. But this man believes in gayism. He believes, he said, in sexual preference of pebema or no so ye bema. Enti and only bema and a dawam pem. That is Ajayi. The preference. I've got nothing against him. Why? Because the place, another country in which I find myself, the laws does not see it as what abominable. Enti nyoma bi wo a eye Ghana fo achiwade but uba UK a enye UK fo achiwade. You can't gay. That is why the constitution and the laws of the United Kingdom allow man to get married, woman to get married. It is not like that in Ghana. So let's take this Nyankanchire National Cathedral for the Christian Council of Ghana. They say David Ajayi, the man who designed the National Cathedral, he is a gay. Omuni mana omuni. Would they allow a gay to draw Yesu Christo? A danya Yesu Yamano? Would they? The pastor who is telling us that John Mahama should complete the cathedral. O sini danya. Obekwa kofa bema wudi bema to. Amana besini dayana. Will it not be against his morals and his religion? Will it not be against the faith? So why are they entertaining this? That is why I told you, say, the National Cathedral from the beginning was a way to steal and siphon money from the Ghanaian purse. Everything that they did was designed to steal the nation Ghana. Timmy. And that is the reason why me knew this sound common. Send Christian Council for your nyachom. Omon dog Ghana. I read to you what we call objectives. What they do. There is nothing where building a cathedral can. So why? Why the building of a cathedral? Why trying to force John Mahama to build a cathedral? It is simple. The man who was talking is a friend to Ken Ofori Atta or Cabrofo. You know, they always want to sound like English people. Akwesi Bruni. Mapa na wakasa wisa Bruni kasano. Oye Ken Ofori Atta adamfu. So the plan is force John Mahama to build a cathedral. Once he builds the cathedral and Ghanaians see how good the edifice is, how beautiful the edifice is, they will forget about a kwanya sika yedi. And John Mahama too is a Christian. He will build it. It won't force on one building. And your plans. Inti yenka ye humbum. Yenko JM ho. Yenko kanche ne se cathedral ne de eso osi. Osi wia yebeka se ekufa do ba mere bi. Oba ye no obehye Nyankopon bo and osi ne cathedral. Because you see, the people who believe in Satanism, the people who believe in Lucifer, their mouth is very sharp. And that is a coup for those people. Omano are very, very sharp. They will come and lie to us. They will come and say that when a Kufado promised God to build him a cathedral, indeed, he built him a cathedral. What you see? And that is the thing. So you see, when people come, like Karl Marx, see, religion is the opium of the masses. It's because when it comes to religion, even people who are academicians won't reason because they put religion, they cover their brains with religion. But let me tell you, you cannot scare me with religion. Never. You cannot come and threaten me with religion. You are a joker. I keep telling people that me, I am older than Jesus Christ. So even if tomorrow I die, I have fulfilled my mandate on it. I'm telling you, I am not afraid to die. If I die today or tomorrow, I have fulfilled my mandate. You don't understand. I was born by a man who told me that when he reached the age of 65, he would die. And when he got to 65, he died. My dad, a healthy man, he just complained of having some, one or two, say, Charlie, I showed him. We took him to his village, his home. I'm feeling hot, that's it. When your work is done, you are not afraid of foolish people who use religion to what? To put fear into you. I am not afraid. Let me tell you something. When you go to the people who claim that they are pastors, archbishop, bishop, look into their family. You will see that their children have problems, huge ones than yours. Heavy problems. When it comes to Ghana and I see people calling themselves man of God, I say, now you're training for, look at our country. Look at our country. The country that you and I comes from. is still referred as a third world country. Huh? Huh? A country that you and I come from. Look at how it is. With so many fake pastors. People who are now mobile phone repairers are now prophets. Watch repairers are now evangelists. Because there is no job. Thieves. Many from Ashanti region. Ajana 1, Ajana 2. Who call themselves Christians. Who do not even know God and have not even met God before. Because the Bible says that. For nobody knoweth God and nobody has seen God. But yet, the so-called Christians, majority of them from Ghana, cannot even look into the faces of the poor Ghanaian and support them. This is what the Christian Council of Ghana is saying. That yes, we know the problems of Ghana, but we are not going to solve it. We want to build a cathedral. Fools! That is who they are. They've forgotten that Jesus Christ once upon a time told them that when I was sick, you did not visit me. When I was hungry, you did not feed me. When I was in the prison, you did not come to see me. And the disciples asked, Rabbi, when were you sick? Because we have walked with you through the lands, and there is no way that you fell sick. So why are you telling us that when you were sick, we did not come to visit you? Then Jesus said, because you did not do for your brother, you denied me. Senya wanyama uniano, wanyama me. So you see the people so stupid, so foolish, and I hate to say it. My own people, Ghana. Now, let me take you into Christianity and how it got to my country, Ghana. You have no idea. They use Methodist and Anglican to fight Kwame Nkrumah. You have no idea. When you go to the land of the Arabs, they use religion to fight them. At least if you don't even know, you know of Chuck Norris when we were growing up, when we used to watch the Chuck Norris movie, where the Delta Force, you see how they were using the vicar to indoctrinate the people, and they were holding guns and supplying guns. Some of us are too old to be deceived by charlatans. Charlatans. No. I say when you go to the family of Archbishop Duncan Williams, you will see people who are struggling. At least you've seen his son. I'm not using it to say anything to denigrate him or disrespect him. But you see, Senkayo Yeniba and Gebeka said, oh, Yenina will be down for. But in this world, anything that is concerned a rich man, they have a beautiful name that they give it. Oh, he's suffering from so and so. Oh, Yeniba Rebecca so ye but down for. Minkai, me pastor, Daggy Ward Mills. Yaw. Onwaniba medical doctor. So cool, so I then you owu. Very young. Eastwood Anaba, ne mommy and son died in a day. You think we are afraid of people who take the Bible and deceive Ghanaians? You don't know who you are talking. You don't know. You see, let me tell you. I started doing dawn preaching at the age of 9. In an enclosed gated community, an estate, where people could not even open their mouth and cough because it was a gated community. Prim, sweet, nice, posh area. A young boy like me, I was preaching, and I could hear people coming to my father, managers, telling him, Mr. Nick, tell your son he's disturbing our peace. My father told them, look at where my house is and look at where your house is. The distance is wide. So if my son is standing at his porch and talking and shouting, is it your concern?
My father, I love him to death. So when I talk about religion, I am not afraid of people who think that they can use Bible and say, oh, I will curse you. Ah, curse yourself. We know in the free Ghana. Look at poverty everywhere. Everything in Ghana. Everywhere you turn, poverty. These foolish so-called Christian council could not go to the villages to say that, let us go there and help them with our research, how we can turn the coconut and give them a source of life. And they come here to come and tell John Mahama to build brick and mortar at the ages where Ghanaians are suffering to eat 3 square meals a day, where the Ghanaian boy is thinking about how he can get to Mempendusa. Are you guys okay? Or you don't understand? The Bible says, for lack of knowledge, my people perish. We have gold, but we keep perishing. No Christian council have come out to say that, hey, we have research into lithium, gold, diamond, bauxite. We can add this and add this and add this and become a mighty nation in terms of economics. No, not even one. One time I was watching social media and I saw this woman at the Black Star Square. How I wish I could walk through the phone and grab the woman and then give her some lashes, holy spiritual lashes on her wrist and say, stop it. Gifty Afenin Dazi, a 419 woman. Calling herself Aglo, using the name of Jesus Christ in vain. These people are council of criminals. I've told you I'm a Christian. Now let's go into how even the Church of England came about, and you understand. Tomorrow I will delve deeper into religion. You see, this is how they've used the Bible to deceive our mothers and our fathers. And today it's so sad that you will hear people talk about, and we even have songs that we sit at church. Hey, it is sad. You see, when we say obroni, it is a corrupt word of abroni. Obroni, the real word is abro, wicked person. So our forefathers referred to that skin color as abroni, wicked man, the wicked one. And indeed they were wicked. People who could enslave us, took our generosity, our hospitality, and did us evil. Brainwashed us, divided us. Look, how the Church of England came to Ghana. The Church of the Anglican Church. Over here in UK, we say Church of England. There is only one church in this world. All the other churches are branches. Only one church, which is Roman Catholic. And Roman Catholic was built for a purpose and a reason. You see, the church is a teaching that goes with army. So when you see Christianity, you must have an army. You cannot call yourself a Christian when you don't have an army. That is why in Ghana, pastors preach and say we are army of Christ, but they don't understand. In reality and in truth, if you form that religion, you must have an army. Soldiers who kill. Real killers for the truth. So when Roman Catholic was formed by the Romans, they used the Roman Catholics to conquer, to divide, and to rule. From the days of the Macedonians, the land of the white people who they refer as the gods of the earth. I'm talking about the Greek people. Those with pointed nose, with blue eyes, were worshipped among the Europeans. Who are these people? These are the sons and daughters of the Alexander the Great, that Persian boy. When the Romans could not conquer, and they got to a certain stage, it is the same Romans, their iniquities, that brought them down, because they wanted to fulfill their sexual desires. A man wanted to have sex with a man. A woman wanted to sleep with a woman. One day we'll go into the deep nitty-gritty of it. Look for this book and read. The Persian Boy. It talks about Alexander the Great. If you have not enjoyed The Alchemist, search that book and read it. I love reading. I read a lot. Every day I read. Because knowledge is inside the book. It's information, by the way. Now let's go into this. Who is this man called Henry VIII? Henry VIII was a king in England. But Henry VIII had disagreement with the Pope during his tenure. What was the disagreement? Henry VIII said, I want a heir to the throne when I die, a male heir to the throne. Say me wa me pobia will be demanded. Boavi noted. Cecil, welcome everyone. I've seen you. Everyone here, I acknowledge you. Henry VIII had a disagreement with the Pope and said, Pope, I've been eating jollof. Now I want to spice it up with wache. So Henry VIII wanted to get another woman married, wanted to impregnate another woman, because his wife was not giving him a male child. So because of that, he teamed up where I live, Canterbury, the Bishop of Canterbury, the Archbishop of Canterbury. This is one of he is the most powerful person after the King of England, the Archbishop of Canterbury. Oh my Lord, he is so simple, but he is the most powerful person on this land. Don't take him for granted. You have no idea. So Henry VIII had to go and see Archbishop of Canterbury and speak to him, because the Archbishop of Canterbury at the time was the one who was the Roman head, spiritual head in England. So everything about spirituality, everything about the Roman Catholic religion, to disobey or to obey, you have to go through the Archbishop of Canterbury. So Henry VIII had to run to Archbishop of Canterbury and say, look, buddy, we are all English people. I know how powerful you are. But you see, I want a male child. Help me out. And he also said to Henry, you know, we have been in slavery. We have been in servitude for many years. As Brits, as English people, we need to come out from the dungeons of these Romans. I am going to support you, but you also have to support me. that if you become the king of England and separate yourself from the Romans, you will not forget me. You will forever make me the spiritual head of this great country. Because someone want to have a male child. So it was granted. Now Henry VIII had only one option: to disrespect the rules and laws of the Catholic religion. In Catholic, during those days, there was nothing called divorce. Divorce was not allowed in Christianity, because that was the template that what God has put together, let no man put asunder. And the Catholic held on to this faith until Henry VIII broke the vow, left the Catholic, and went to marry. He went on to marry other women, about 6. It is even said that one of his misses, he even ended up beheading her. I will not go into that story, whether it is true or not for today. So listen here. The religion that we are so holding on, the religion that we don't want to let go, somebody's immoral behavior got him separating himself from Roman Catholic. Henry VIII. Now, you see, when Henry VIII separated himself and gave the English people Church of England, the Scottish people also wanted to separate themselves. What did they also do? Very simple. A man named John Knox, who was believed to be a man full of energy, a strong man, who was not afraid. You could not scare him. In cold, he would stand at the center of Edinburgh, Aberdeen, and he will be preaching the gospel. What does he talk about? He talks about the iniquities of the monarch. He talks about the satanism, the evil that people do. My cousin Patrick, how are you? Long time. Engineer, God here. Listen to me carefully. So, John Knox started what we call Protestants, protesting against the Church of England, saying that Henry VIII, why would you separate from Catholic Church? And you do not want to allow us, the Scottish people, to also separate ourselves from England, from the English people. Remember, when we say United Kingdom, it is 4 countries. It used to be 5, and one of their brothers just separated. Now it's 4. Wales, Scotland, England, and then the Irish. Now listen to this. The Protestants, John Knox, is the man who started Presbyterianism from Scotland. So Roman Catholic and Church of England, now we have Presby. Now let's go into Methodist, how Methodist came about. The Church of England had pastors, they called them vicars. One of the vicar who got married, they gave birth to these young guys. They gave birth to Wesley brothers, John Wesley and Charles Wesley. They attended Oxford University. When they attended the university, they realized that it was too dull. John Knox, Knox, they realized that it was too dull. There is no rhythm, there is no fun. You know, university people, they want to do some nasty things, they want to do some silly things, they want to, you know, have their own groove and a form of worship. So Charles Wesley and John Wesley, they brought about a Methodism, a method of winning souls for Christ. It started from Oxford University. Now, these guys left Oxford and got invited by some of the students, saying that what you guys left, we want to turn it and register it as a church, because we have seen that it is growing and we need to ensure that we maintain this legacy, these teachings. The Anglican people were into too many hymns. That is why the Wesley brothers, they wrote a lot of songs, hymns. They were good writers. Now, guess what? They left the school, and others turned it into Methodist Church. Now, you see, in the history of Ghana, the Anglican, the Roman Catholic, and the Methodist, when we were fighting for the independence of Ghana, when Nkrumah and Co. were fighting for the independence of Ghana, ladies and gentlemen, can I tell you something? These three churches stood against the independence of Ghana. You don't know, I'm telling you. Yes. At the northern region was Roman Catholic churches. That is why it was easy for them to get the dombos. Oh, yes. They used the Catholic, they used the Methodist, they used the Church of England to fight against independence. But thank God, we had wise men at the time who used wisdom and knowledge to get us independent. They did not use the gun, but they were smarter, brainy men who use wisdom. So you see, when I see these people calling themselves Christian Council, I ask myself, do they even know the history? Do they even read? Do they even research? In this age, even here in England, they are selling churches for beer bars. They are selling churches for chop bars. Oh yes. Even they are selling churches for the Muslims to use it as mosque. Yes. There are a lot of churches. You see, every corner of England, every borough or council, you find many churches to indoctrinate the people. So today, a Kufuor who could not even honor his pledge or promise, why should we turn a Kufuor's personal pledge into a national pledge? How can a personal pledge turn into a national pledge? Make it make sense to me. Francis, thank you. I am not against Christianity. I am a Christian. But I believe that I see a yedi here and sana ya fata. Onyankopon ti onipa akumem. Oti adwenem. Let us work on the heart and minds of our people. Let's dedicate time to train up Ghanaians, not to be building houses. And then we have bad characters roaming about our nation. When we have 70% of Christians, yet they quote Bibles, and yet they still ask, and yet after they run away to America. Ken Oforiatta is a typical example. He quoted the Bible. The man who used to quote the Bible, I call him the quoter of the Bible. The Bible quoter is now running away. The Bible quoter has now turned into buffalo soldier, and he's now running away. Hi. So be careful. The Bible quoter has now turned into a runaway soldier. He had no good character, no morals. He only came to quote Bibles, steal from the people. And after Otilo running away, nobody turned it. We cannot honor this pledge. If the Christians have money, they can go and continue. But if I was the president, and I'm not, I will use that place. Simple. For hospital, science and research center. I'm being honest. If I was the president, I will use that place for hospital, science and research center. That's it. As simple as that. A place where when somebody is sick, they can go. A place where we can research and know what we can use our gold, diamond, bauxite, manganese. But I'm not the president. John Mahama is the president. So far, he's doing wonders. So far, he's doing good. Ladies and gentlemen, children hospital. Whatever hospital, whether children, whether adult, as long as it will be turned into something that Ghanaians can benefit from. But for me, I will end with this. Boavi, see, Ken Oforiatta is that demon is even more than Kumchacha because he quotes Bible. I like that. You see, the whole Nigeria, they spent only $40 million to build a cathedral. Ghana has spent close to $93 million, yet it is still a big hole. Hey! Kufuor came to fulfill scriptures. John 10:10. The thief cometh not only to steal, but to kill and to destroy. Ladies and gentlemen, I will end here. Thank you so much. God bless you all, my sister Noble. God bless all of you who came to support me. Francis, my own cousin engineer, Asian, Ura Kabla. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, George. Thank you, Mabel, Sina. All of you who came to support me. God bless our homeland. Please, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube, it's Dr. Ren TV. If you subscribe, subscribe and let's build together and let's grow together. Thank you and take good care of yourself. Bye.